The Guru of Squad Double Zero, the assassin like no other. Yes, I'm the best at what I do. Is here to bring you my 13th. Yes, my favorite number, my lucky number 13. Not so lucky, whatever. My 13th Deathmatch. Yes, now this was a requested one a while back that I finally am getting around to because I finished my original 12. This one required a bit of research, ladies and gents, and it is dealing with none other than two entities. He is the immortal one, arguably top 3 most powerful in Bleach World Series, however you want to say it. Without further ado, we enter from the left side. That man, arguably the greatest of the Shinigami, of the Aranka, of the Espada, Aizen Sosuke? Yes, Aizen Sosuke. Against one of the most powerful characters to grace the series of Naruto. You know, he is a Jinchuriki, Ten Tails, Jinchuriki, Jubi's Jinchuriki. And without further ado, Uchiha Obito. Let us begin. Now, like I said, this ain't my normal setup, so this is going to be quite an interesting battle. I wouldn't have chosen these two individuals, but you know, let's give it for the fans. All right, y'all. Let us begin like I always do. There are 3 main categories in my death matches. They are attack, defense, strategy. Under them, there are a few different subcategories. Let me begin with the attack category. And under the attack category, as always, there's strength, which is physical strength. Speed, which is combat speed, which is different from travel and transit speed, okay? Let's understand that, ladies and gents. Techniques, as well as in DC, which is destructive capacity / power. Now, it's the strength category. Let's deal with Aizen. Aizen, how strong he actually is, we don't know. This dude tosses people around like it's nobody's business. You feel me? This dude, you know, he's clearly superhuman. It's without question. How physically strong is an unknown, but he's mightily strong. Obito and Ten Tails Jinchuriki. We didn't see this dude lift much. Not even front. You know, he was strong to begin with, but overall, when I look at it, look at the characters, look at what they do and what they've showcased, their feats, I've got to give the edge to Aizen on this one, because this dude, like I said, he tosses people around like they're rag dolls. Like, this dude ain't nothing to play with. So, point 1 goes to Aizen. Now, we're talking about speed. Once again, this is a tough one, because we don't fully know. Now, with Aizen, this dude blitzes. Like, the Shinigamis are speed-based fighters, okay? And Aizen is on some top-tier stuff. Like, just like his strength, he had that augmented by the device he had implanted within himself. So, amongst that, we got to keep that in mind. Also, he knows special techniques to speed up his, to the point where captain level people couldn't even keep up with this captain. He was just too fast. When you get Obito moves at a speed, you know, it's clearly, unless you're on some top tier level, you're not dealing with him. I mean, it's arguable to say he moves at the speed of, or probably faster than Tobirama, Minato, you know, than Uzumaki Naruto, Namikaze Minato, Uzumaki Naruto, Senju Tobirama, then Raikage Ai, and various fast cats. So when I think of speed, it's tough, but I actually do have to give the edge slightly to Aizen on this one as well, because this dude, you know, when he fought, as opposed to Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Obito, who didn't move too much. Okay, so based upon that, I have to give this to Aizen. Now, so it's 2-0 to Aizen. Now, when you talk about techniques, I ain't even gonna front. I'm just gonna call this a dead end. Cause doggone Obito. Let me just start with Obito. This dude do fire style, as an Uchiha. This dude, as a Jinchuriki, he has pretty much all 5 chakra natures. He can negate ninjutsu. He was a solid taijutsu fighter. What else does he have? I'm trying to remember. He's got the staff. He's got the freaking Rinnegan. He's got the Mangekyo Sharingan. Does he have the internal? Does he have the EMS? I cannot recall. Help me out with that one. But yeah, he's got a bunch of techniques. And as far as an Aizen got, from his Zanpakuto skills, which at this point, I don't know if I'll put it in his swordsmanship in this one, because at this current point, he's fused with his Zanpakuto, so I don't know if he can use it as a sword. But this dude, he's got a Shikai, he's got his speed enhancement, he's got his strength enhancement, he's got a whole bunch of junk that I can't not even cross the top. Like I said, it's a lot of junk. So I'll just call him defense. Now, when it comes to destructive power, I've got to actually give this one to Obito, and here's why. He can send off some Bijou bombs, and these things are massively threatening. You feel me? Like, these will blow up cities easily. Okay, at least if not one of them, a couple of these cats. What Aizen, he's more lethal oriented. It's not that he can't create craters and whatnot, but that's not his objective. So, with that, Obito gets one back. But still, overall, Aizen takes it 2-1. Now, when you come to the defensive category, we have, once again, 4 subcategories. You have reaction time, durability, stamina, and agility. When it comes to reaction time, Obito's reaction time under it, he has phenomenal reaction time, actually. With his Sharingan usage, he can read it. And, he had the whole Kamui situation going on. And that's another technique he had as well. But the thing is, he didn't really need to use it much in his Ten-Tail state. But he still has phenomenal reaction time when it comes to Aizen. Aizen's reaction time ain't nothing to play with either. But I do, from the knowledge that I have got to give it to Obito in this one, because that Sharingan ain't nothing to play with. That Sharingan and the Rinnegan, too much. So Obito takes the reaction time category. With as far as endurability, this one has to clear. It has to go to Aizen for a couple reasons. Not only is Aizen immortal, okay, this dude tanks damage. He takes mad damage. Like, this dude can and his physical strength as well as his durability. Like, he can stop powerful. He can stop Bankais. He can stop Shikais. He can stop, Sanbakuto usage. He can handle easily. Oh, and another thing, his spiritual control, where weak-willed, like you pretty much done like on some Conqueror's Hockey kind of stuff, different but similar, things of that nature. This dude, like, he stops powerful attacks like it's nothing, and then he can tank them. He can tank bone globes and stuff. With Obito, this dude can tank stuff, but if you get into his body, you can put some massive damage in. And if you need to reference more so than Obito, you go to Uchiha Madara, where my guy, even though he went in the mode, his 8 gates mode, it would have killed Madara, Uchiha Madara, if Uchiha Madara didn't have the regeneration. Now, it is true that the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki does have regenerative capabilities, but Aizen's regeneration is better. So, with all that being said, I have to give the edge to Aizen, so they're tied in one piece. When it comes to stamina, this one is inconclusive from the knowledge I gained, because how long Aizen can fight, we don't know, because this dude a lot of times doesn't try. he has yet to release his Bankai. Okay, he doesn't really release his Shikai or have too much. And he just be climbing with people in general. Unless you did find a trick, sneaky way to win, he's beating you. When it comes to Obito also did in his Jinchuriki state didn't try much. Also, in his past battles and fighting other Jinchuriki and whatnot, he fought for long periods of time. So he's got phenomenal stamina as well. So who takes it in the stamina category, I'm not sure. We move on to the agility state category, and to me this is clear. It goes high. I mean, Obito in his normal state is quite agile. That's undeniable. But Aizen, like this dude, his movements are just too slick. They're too good. This dude's a master. He's just too good. So with that being said, Obito has not yet mastered either taijutsu or ninjutsu, but Aizen Sosuke has mastered various techniques. So I have to give this one. And you could say, well, mastery. Well, you gotta understand what his mastery in his fighting style. So I have to give this to Aizen. So Aizen once again wins as far as in the defensive category, but it was closer than it was in the attack category. Now to the all-important strategy category, which a lot of people just don't take into consideration. Under the strategy category, I have 3 subcategories, and they are as follows: location, fighting style, and fighting IQ. People be sleeping on fighting IQ. And we know styles make fights if you know anything about fighting. Now, location. I don't know how much of that will play to a part, to be honest with you. What are their limits? Can they fight in space more? I don't know. I don't know if that would even, be remotely worrisome, because they both can float in midair and whatnot. So, take location out. That's not important in this fight. Some fights they are, this one's not one of them. When it comes to, excuse me, got a little bit tired. When it comes to the fighting styles though, this edge I would have to actually give a little bit to Aizen. Now I don't normally say the edges I give, but with Aizen, this dude's a master swordsman. Now whether he's Zanpakuto or not, actually I'll leave that to the viewer discretion, because it depends on which form of Aizen you want to deal with. Okay, but this dude's also a hand-to-hand combat master. Okay, his social pressure. So this dude has about 2-3 styles he's rocking, and he's mastering them. When it comes to Obito, he's an expert fighter. Don't get it fronted, but he hasn't mastered taijutsu. He's very good, but he's mastered, and his Sharingan techniques, while very good, he hasn't mastered them. They're high level. His ninjutsu techniques are high level, but they're not none of them mastered. Keep that in mind. Also, he's very good with weapons as well. So it won't be like it's a cakewalk. Okay, I say Aizen has the edge, but it doesn't mean that Obito can't put up a fight. And plus of his enhancement with Senteo's powers, right? His Jubi powers. Now, well, it's not the full Jubi, but if you know the series, you know what I mean. When you deal with the final thing, the fighting IQ. And to me, once again, this because right now it's still relatively close. Even though Aizen is coming in with an edge in the stats, it's still quite close. The thing about Aizen, after studying him, I have to put him in the fighting genius category. I have to at this point. I was hesitant before because I knew he had genius level intellect. I knew he was a serious planner, but when we talking about combat, that's not. But this dude, the fact that he's a master of at least 2 martial arts forms, the fact that, he's highly adaptive on the battlefield, the fact that, he's figured out all this kind of junk, like he can read his opponents. Like, you better not do something again or you're done. This dude, he's figured out a whole bunch of junk. And when you look at Obito has a high fighting IQ. It's quite high. But it ain't on fighting genius level. Like I tell people, one of the main things in a battle between, for example, Uchiha and Uchiha Obito was the fact that Madara is a fighting genius and Obito is not. Obito's skilled, but he ain't a fighting genius. And when you fight the fighting geniuses, you better be a superior fighter. And so overall, I have to give the win to Aizen. To me, it's a clear victory. While Obito's powerful, he ain't on Aizen level. Not a lot of cats are on Aizen's level. Even if you are more powerful. And the thing about fighting geniuses, when I say clearly more powerful, like you have to be leagues above them. Aizen's one of those cats especially that he's just a horrible matchup for practically anybody. Like this dude is just that legit. And you got to be constantly on your A game or your day. Like there's no messing with this cat. Especially the fact that he's immortal at this point too. So take that for what it's worth. You unexpected wonder, like, comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts. Who do you have in this battle? Do you have Aizen? Now I don't want no I know fanboys and fanboys. Obito and I, but when I look at this critically, to me the answer is actually quite obvious. It's more obvious than even some of my earlier death matches, and this is why, like I said, I wouldn't have done something like this, because I probably would have put Aizen against somebody who I would say at least has the same level of intellect. Okay, maybe against a monitor or something like that, but whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, for the fans, if you have something, you can hit me up, and maybe on down the line, we can make it happen. All right, y'all. Till next time, have a beautiful day, beautiful night. And I know I had promised these to be more weekly. It's just this one, I knew I would have to do research, but I know my next one, number 14, the much debated preview, Screw Attack, Screw Up. That's all I'm gonna say to that. But this one definitely will come within a few days. All right, y'all. Peace. Till next time.